Hey everybody, what is going on? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center, and today I want to address something. I know I've talked about this in a couple of different ways, but it just kind of hit me upside the head again. Is like, so what are you waiting for to buy a house, right? And the crazy thing is like just before last week's Fed meeting, I had a bunch of people saying I'm waiting for the Fed meeting, right? I want the Fed to drop rates, right? So here's what happened. Everybody waited. The Fed dropped the rates by 50 basis points or 0.5%, and rates are actually currently higher than they were before the meeting, right? So cool, we waited for the Fed meeting, but it didn't have the desired effect, right? So wasn't really the right thing to wait for. Now, the other one that I've been hearing, and I know I'm gonna continue to hear, is I'm waiting for the election. And look, I mean, look, if your reason is, I'm waiting for the election because if so-and-so wins, I'm out of here. I'm like, going to a different state, country, planet, whatever I'm gonna do. Like that, good. Like, by all means, hold out, right? But if you really do have buying a house on your radar and you really do wanna know what, like, hey, what are the actual possibilities here? Sorry, I'm getting some text messages. Then like let's sit down and really figure out something, a real strategy to help you out, right? Because a couple of things that are really important to note is, so I did a whole video on this a while back, but the reality is I went back to like the Carter era, and I tried to find any correlation between, okay, a Republican gets in or a Democrat gets in, what happens with interest rates? Is there any correlation there, or any of that stuff? Couldn't find any meaningful correlation with any of that stuff at all, right? So first off, there was that, right? And then, I guess the other thing is you're waiting, but like, do you know who's gonna win? What if prices take off, right? What if rates don't come down? There's all these what ifs, right? And so I guess my thing is look, I understand indecision kind of stops people in their tracks. And I mean, to say this election is filled with indecision is a gross understatement. So I don't want to make it sound like it's just ridiculous to be thinking about that. But I do want to point out that I'd really, for anybody that's out there and kind of thinking they're waiting for the election, like let's maybe build some triggers or talk about finding some triggers that are more tangible and more objective that will actually help us figure out, okay, if this happens, then I'm ready to roll, right? So for anybody out there that's just sitting on the fence and just can't work out like when the right time to jump in is, man, I'd love to have the opportunity to have a chat with you. And that's all I got for today. I'm Bill, I'm with Franklin Loan Center, and I'll see you all next week.